Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I've got 3 stories to share with you in this very latest Moon Lambo Hot Jam, including this one from you today. Jed McCaleb sells 80 million XRP in past 2 weeks. 647 million remains on his balance. And one of the reasons that I wanted to highlight this story is because attorney John Deaton had something to say, and it's a rather salient point. And I want to give you an update too. Jed McCaleb is not going to have any XRP for much longer, anyway. Unless he drastically changes his behavior. Let's just say that. He's going to be running out sooner than later, but I want to share the latest numbers. Then there's this headline from you today. Ripple partners with South Korea's leading payment service provider. My friends, if you do believe that utility matters and will win the day, then stories like this are important, because ultimately deals like this are what will lead to entities operating in specific corridors, ultimately jumping on board on-demand liquidity and utilizing XRP as a bridge currency. It all starts with deals like this, though. And then also there's this headline from CoinDesk, which was interesting to me, especially in light of what has been going on with the SEC settlement between them and the cryptocurrency exchange Poloniex, which I've covered on this channel, because it does seem to me that Gary Gensler and the way he's running the SEC, they want to go after, I believe, every single cryptocurrency exchange that is functioning in the United States, because they made it very clear that if you're holding, Gary Gensler said this in a written letter. He's, if you're a cryptocurrency exchange and you're offering, say, 50 or 100 cryptocurrencies to people that are on your platform, which is pretty normal for a cryptocurrency exchange, the odds of at least one of them being an unregistered security, very high. And he thinks that many, perhaps most, cryptocurrencies are unregistered securities. And so you're going to see in the coming weeks, months, years, whatever it is, as long as Gary Gensler's at the helm, I think you're going to see some intense litigation going against cryptocurrency exchanges, which is repulsive for a number of reasons, not the least of which, as it pertains to Poloniex specifically, they charged Poloniex, there ended up being a settlement, but the SEC never said which cryptocurrencies Poloniex offered that were the unregistered securities, right? And so here's a headline from CoinDesk. PNC Bank planning crypto offering with Coinbase. And this is a big deal. Like, this is a cool story on the surface. It's just more adoption within the world of crypto. Because you're talking about, the 5th largest commercial bank in the United States by assets partnering with a cryptocurrency exchange, in this case, Coinbase. Crypto is not going away. I'm telling you guys, we are here. We are early adopters right now. Even if you just jumped into crypto and you feel like you are late to the party, no. You are still an early adopter. Fast forward another decade or 2 or 3, and it will feel like that sufficiently. I promise you that, because the asset class is going to be gigantic. At some point, the asset class will be in the tens of trillions of dollars and probably beyond that even. But look, I don't have a legal or financial background of any kind, so I just know that I'm not offering legal or financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because anything I say are right. I just think it's fun to talk about these topics and make YouTube videos purely as a hobby. So as far as this first story, though, Jed McCaleb sells 80 million XRP in past 2 weeks. 647 million remains on his balance. Well, the total amount's actually a little bit higher than that, but you'll see. Data provided by the XRP Scan blockchain platform shows that over the past 2 weeks, the Ripple Labs co-founder, who worked as its first chief technology officer for a year, Jed McCaleb, has sent approximately 80 million XRP to crypto exchanges to be sold. Yeah, and mind you, people making these claims about XRP price and it being suppressed because Jed McCaleb's dumping. How's XRP price doing today? Because I didn't check. I actually haven't checked it in probably over an hour. But last I looked, XRP was at 97 cents. So for now, maybe it is over $1 now. I mean, it could have gone back down too. I don't know. But the point is, XRP 2.5 weeks ago was about 52 cents. Jed McCaleb's been selling XRP the whole time, but instead of going down in price, what we've seen is the price of XRP increase by almost 100% over just roughly the last 2 weeks or so. And so, as I've been saying again and again and again, these are big numbers to us because, yeah, him selling 80 million-ish XRP, that's a lot. I think really to pretty much any human on the planet, that's just going to seem like a crazy amount, which, by the way, they're citing here is worth about $71 million at the time that they wrote this article. The XRP was 90 cents at the time. So, it's not a trivial amount of money. But even though it sounds like a lot to us, it's a drop in the bucket. I mean, you're talking about billions of dollars flowing around the planet in XRP every single day. This is nothing. Like it's not enough to make a dent, and that's why you don't see the global price of XRP ultimately shift when this happens. And by the way, as far as the balance, he's now got a total of 820. I'll round it here, 828 million XRP remaining. And so this website that I'm on, it's estimating at current sale levels, how long might it take for him to be completely out? Well, of his XRP, the soonest would be 102 days from now, and the furthest would be 231 days. And it depends on whether you're looking at what have his average sales been over the last 3 months versus what have his sales been over the last week. And so, not surprisingly, if you're looking at the span of just 1 week, that would indicate that at that pace, it would take much longer for him to have sold all of his XRP, because he can only sell a certain amount of XRP based on global volume. And a few months ago, like back in April in particular, there was much higher volume. The price was ballooning, a lot more excitement around XRP at that particular moment. And so as things have slowed down, yeah, of course, you've seen less volume and he's allowed to sell less as a result, but you just wait. I still think that he's going to be completely out of XRP much sooner than this, because I anticipate, and I don't pretend to know exactly when, but I anticipate we're going to have another leg up in terms of price action within the crypto asset class. XRP is going to run like crazy. Volume will be through the roof, and then he'll be allowed to sell even more. And so then finally, eventually, he's not going to have any XRP, and we won't have to talk about this anymore. Now, John Deaton, in referencing that article that I just touched on there, wrote the following. According to the SEC's opposition to XRP holders' motion to intervene on, quote, the XRP traded even in the secondary market is the embodiment of those facts, circumstances, promises, and expectations, and today represents that investment contract. And that's a quote, end quote right there. And so then John Deaton, in referencing that, because they're citing that, those are the words that are on your screen, the SEC says that these transactions represent an investment contract, right? A security, right? And so, and then John writes, yet they allow this, and he points to the article showing that Jed McCaleb selling. So why does Jed McCaleb get a pass, and Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson don't? That's peculiar, because Jed McCaleb, I mean, hell, he's one of the creators of XRP, right? And he was there at the founding of Ripple. He's a co-founder of Ripple. And then you have Brad Garlinghouse, who didn't jump on board the Ripple bandwagon until 2015, but still they went after him. And so look, this is not an even distribution of justice, which I always find reprehensible, but this is what those asshats at the SEC are doing. Into the next piece now. Ripple partners with South Korea's leading payment service provider. GME Remittance, one of the leading companies in South Korea, has announced a tie-up with SBI Ripple Asia, a subsidiary distributed ledger company Ripple, in order to enable faster payments to Thailand. By becoming part of the RippleNet network, GME Remittance will be able to swiftly open new remittance corridors across the globe, according to COO Subhash Chandra Pudal, whose name I'm sure I just butchered right now. Well, it's not my fault. I have a name that's easier to pronounce. Like, I don't know, I'm not familiar with that name. It's foreign to me. Anyway, here's the quote. We chose Ripple as our partner because with RippleNet, we can launch into new countries with new partners in 1 to 2 weeks. This has drastically reduced the time to market and provides us with an edge compared to our competitors. Exactly, and so that's why it was so amazing that even aside from XRP, the idea of just having a better messaging system resonated with people just operating within the legacy financial system. Like just having a product that offered better messaging, and that's what Ripple started with as it pertains to RippleNet specifically. But I'm telling you, if XRP really is a better solution for settlement, and it most certainly is, as time passes, as corridors are opened, as there's sufficient liquidity and additional regulatory clarity, you can turn on the usage of XRP as a bridge currency if you're a customer of Ripple at any time. And so all of this getting built out is a big deal. And we did see, first corridor having to do with SBI coming on live, utilizing XRP. So it was from Japan to the Philippines. That was pretty big news, actually. And again, utilizing XRP as a bridge currency. And if you're like me and you believe that utility matters and will win the day, this is big stuff. And yes, I still acknowledge, yes, today, the market doesn't sufficiently value utility, but it will. It's just an indication that we're in the market's in its nascency, and people are having a hard time figuring out which cryptocurrencies deserve to be here for the long haul. So the market's moving in tandem, but it can't and won't stay like that. You saw similar human behavior back during the dot-com boom and bust. where every company with a .com just like, it's like, oh, you're a .com now all of a sudden? Take my money. Like, that's what happened with the .com boom and bust when the stock market bubble with the .coms ballooned to, I think, like $6 trillion or so, if I'm not mistaken. And then it popped. And then after that, there was maturation. And, it's not like the internet went away because the bubble popped, but a lot of those companies sure as hell did. And the money ended up flowing, and it was messy, but the money ended up flowing to those firms that had real internet-based solutions. And a lot of them are here today, and all sorts of new companies came even after the bubble popped. And so you're going to see that, but there's absolutely, humans are going to shift towards utility. It's just hard right now to know which cryptocurrencies like functionally are useful and deserve to be here. And I know to us that, maybe we're more informed than the typical investor here, sure. And so we see XRPs functionally used in enterprise-grade software. We know how blazing fast it is. We know people use it to move money around the planet, even outside of anything Ripple's doing, like even just people on exchanges. So we know that, but there's over 8,000 cryptocurrencies, so it's going to take people a while to figure this all out. But to me, that's appealing to be here early, frankly. That tells me there's an opportunity for substantial returns. If everybody already agreed with us, there would be less opportunity. So this really doesn't bother me, to be honest with you. All right, and so then there was this. Regarding Poloniex, I did want to mention this, and then we'll get into this thing about PNC and Coinbase. There's a tweet from August 9th that this is from the SEC. Today we announced that Poloniex LLC has agreed to settle charges for operating an unregistered online digital asset exchange in connection with its operation of a trading platform that facilitated buying and selling of digital asset securities. And so there you go. It's not clear which cryptocurrencies are securities as far as the SEC is concerned. They're not providing clarity on that. And they're going to go after, I think, pretty much every cryptocurrency exchange in the United States. Because it's clear their perspective is they're all selling securities. And so Attorney John Deaton retweeted that and wrote, "But did you clarify exactly which assets were digital asset securities and why those particular assets were securities versus being only digital assets? If not, then you didn't accomplish anything that helps facilitate market order or protects investors." Hester Peirce agrees, with Hester Peirce, of course, being one of 5 SEC commissioners. And John is absolutely nailing it there. In fact, I would say that Gary Gensler and the SEC are contributing to market confusion. They absolutely are. And so, with that in mind, now let's run through this piece. PNC Bank planning crypto offering with Coinbase. Crypto exchange Coinbase said Tuesday it's working with PNC Bank, the 5th largest commercial bank in the U.S. by assets, on a crypto project. And here's a quote. "In recent months, we have formed partnerships with industry leaders including Tesla CEO Elon Musk, PNC Bank, SpaceX, Tesla, Third Point LLC, and Wisdom Tree Investments," a letter from PNC to its shareholders read. When asked about the partnership by CoinDesk, Coinbase declined to elaborate. A source had previously told CoinDesk that PNC Bank is expected to unveil a crypto John in the coming quarters. The service would give the Pittsburgh-based National Bank more seamless access to cryptocurrency investments for its customers, the source said. It's just one facet of PNC's broader digital assets and blockchain strategy. PNC is the latest mainstream megabank to dip its toe into digital assets, and perhaps the largest to do so with Coinbase. PNC is already plotting a more crypto-centric future, and months ago began hunting for someone to lead its innovation push. That gig, a crypto product manager, will consider how PNC might leverage blockchain technology as it explores crypto's innovation cycle, the source said, cautioning the role was about more than just investments. A since-removed job description for the Philadelphia-based position was more explicit, quoting the following. "The role will work on scaling operations for our cryptocurrency investment capability, as well as managing all operational aspects pertaining to new cryptocurrency initiatives," end quote. And so think about this, though. So then moving forward, like, what do you think is going to happen as entities like PNC, they recognize that cryptocurrency exchanges like Coinbase, they're getting sued into oblivion by the SEC. Is this going to help with crypto adoption or hurt crypto adoption? That's why I keep saying, I've been saying for the longest damn time, the fact that the SEC is attacking Ripple, it's attack on all of crypto, and all the tribalism, you might as well, just if you could please, just tap pause and then go back to being bitches later. But for right now, instead of attacking each other, why don't we just unite and then campaign against what the SEC effectively is doing right here, including by lobbying efforts. Why not just do that? Because even if you're happy about what's happening with Ripple and XRP, and you'd have to be a bad person to like, be happy about that, I think. Be gleeful that people have been devastated financially. Even if you're happy about it, though, it's like you may very well be next. And to me, it doesn't make sense to just be this toxic about all of it. But you guys let me know what you think below. I'm going to wrap up here. I am not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.